everybody, welcome to Music Battle 1717, and here we got another pretty nice 1v1 fight. We have Bubbles going up against Shadow the Hedgehog, and this battle will take place at a random stage. Hope you guys enjoy. Believe it or not, folks, Shadow has fought Blossom and Buttercup in 1v1s a long while ago. Can Bubbles win against them too, or will Shadow finally beat a Powerpuff Girl? Round one, let's find out. Alright, Bubbles missed the Octi Blade as Shadow starts off with a Psychic. Bubbles missed the Electric Bolt, knocked out of her Octi Blade by a Psychic from Shadow. Shadow zipping around, and it looks like Bubbles gets him with the Thunderclap, knocking him out of his little invincibility frames. Bubbles jabs Shadow a little bit. Shadow dodges the extending crown. Shadow just zipping around some more. Bubbles with a big Ivy right to the back of Shadow, hammering him for about a fourth of his health. Now Bubbles missed the aerial fist. Shadow throws off a couple of red arrow beams, and now Bubbles ends up getting knocked by Shadow's dash ball, and then Bubbles breaks it up with a nice aerial fist. Now Shadow with the slide kick knocks Bubbles down. Bubbles gets back up, missed the super fist, missed the extending crown. Shadow zips behind her. Big flip kick combo knocks Bubbles back. Bubbles missed the extending crown, electric bolt, and Shadow zips right past that. Bubbles missed the sonic scream, knocked out of her extending crown, and Shadow spins the red energy arrows. Bubbles finally lands an extending crown, but the electric orb pops Bubbles up a little bit. Now Bubbles comes out of it with the big super fist on Shadow, doing another fair chunk of his health. Missed the extending crown there. Shadow gets back up. Shadow zips right over Bubbles. Bubbles gets him with an aerial fist, followed by a roundhouse. Now Bubbles rolls past Shadow, tries to zip behind her. Now Bubbles missed the aerial kick. Shadow playing more mind games, but cut down by the Octi Blade from Bubbles. And Bubbles misses the super fist. Shadow zips to the other side. Ivy hits Shadow in the back, nearly taking him out. Shadow gets back up. Bubbles jabs him to his death. Damn, Shadow better try another approach. Those mind games aren't really working too well. Round two begin. Alright, Bubbles missed the electric bolt. Shadow playing more mind games, sitting behind Bubbles. Bubbles catches up with the tip of the thunderclap. Bubbles missed the roundhouse, tries for the extending crown. And now Shadow using the Chaos Control, freezing Bubbles, and slams her with that purple energy field, followed by a couple kicks, and then right to a dash ball, knocks Bubbles back. Bubbles just towards Shadow, missed the roundhouse, and Shadow gets a slide kick, knocks Bubbles down. Now Bubbles tries for a big super fist, ends up landing it on Shadow, who ends up getting caught in the corner. Big uppercut, lays into him hard. Bubbles tries for an aerial fist, missed the roundhouse, and missed the extending crown. Shadow zipping past Bubbles, dodging the Octi Blade and the electric bolt. Bubbles spamming the sweep kicks there, missed the extending crown. Shadow lobs off a couple of red energy arrows. Now Shadow stuck in the corner, leaps over Bubbles, tries to play some more mind games with that teleport. Bubbles lands the super fist, catching Shadow nicely out of it. Big uppercut knocks him high up in the air. Bubbles tries to go for a roundhouse, leaps away from Shadow. Electric bolt, but Shadow zips past that. Electric orb, and now Shadow tries to hold in with the dash ball, followed by the electric orb attack. Now Bubbles tries for an Octi Blade. This is Shadow as he zips towards Bubbles with a psychic, knocking her down. Bubbles with a thunderclap catches Shadow out of the air. You see Bubbles missed the aerial fist, turns around. Giant Ivy ends up slamming Shadow right in the back, nearly taking him out. Bubbles tries for the extending crown, and it looks like Shadow threw off a little purple energy ball, followed by a flipping dash kick. Now Bubbles tries for the extending crown, electric bolt goes right through Shadow. Bubbles tries to land the final hit. Can she get it? Giant Ivy puts Shadow away. And now let's see what Bubbles does. Oh boy, supersonic scream fatality. And Shadow will have to get skin replacement, folks.
Fatality.
Someone get the Dragon Balls and restore Shadow, quick. Anyways, Bubbles with another dominant 1v1 win, 2-0 over Shadow. I'm sure Shadow will bounce back soon, folks. Anyway, stay tuned for Music Battle 1718 coming soon. Later, all.